Hello, my name is Paul Arnold, sometimes known as the Stuttering Professor, and I'm a strategic planner, facilitator and trainer amongst other things. And as you can see here, I've sort of read loads of books and I've summarised over 50 business related books. And today I want to talk about this one, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. And you know, this is one of those great books, and it's all about the mindset that we need to have if we are to be successful. And in the book, he outlines 7 key habits that we should have. So let's go through those in turn. The first one is the one of be proactive. This idea of we need to take responsibility for our actions and behaviours. And he identifies sort of 2 different types. You know, there's people who are proactive and people who are reactive. And the reactive types are more influenced by circles of concern. They just jump at what's going on, and we should be much more proactive, thinking of circles of influence. Habit number 2 is begin with the end in mind. And it's the importance of defining a very clear vision, a guiding star, so you're not distracted. And he talks about that in personal life as well as in business life. For example, he uses a nice metaphor, you may not think it's nice, about imagine you're attending your own funeral. What do you want people to say about you? What did you achieve? What were your behaviours, your values? You know, how were you? So we can therefore make sure we live the life we want to be remembered for. Habit number 3 is put first things first. And it's this idea of like making the most of time. And, you know, we're probably all familiar with Covey's time management matrix, which has the 4 boxes of important, not important, urgent, not urgent. And obviously, you know, we need to spend a lot more time in the, you know, upper boxes than the lower boxes. And really, the most important box is what we call the planning box, which is it's important but not urgent. We don't want to be spending all our time in the box which is that sort of hurry up box. And nor do we want to spend time in the not urgent, not important, which is the, you know, the constant scrolling on social media spaces. Habit 4, think win-win. And it's about having an abundance mindset and this idea that, you know, there's enough to go around. And if we do that, we're less in competition and we're more in collaboration with everyone else. Habit 6 is seek first to understand, then to be understood. And he makes the point that effective communication begins with empathic listening. And most people, he would suggest, listen to reply rather than to understand. And he suggests that by genuinely seeking to understand, we build trust and respect. And at the end of the day, if we want to be listened to ourselves, then why would anyone want to listen to us if we hadn't listened to them? And he makes a very good point that if we really have listened to what they've got to say, we can then structure our argument around what is important for them. Habit 6 is synergize. It's this idea that the sum is greater than the parts. And we cannot achieve great things alone, and hence we are more effective together than as islands of individuality. And therefore we need to recognise not only our own limitations and limitations of others, and also our great skills and the skills of others. So we need to value the potential of difference that we all bring to the party. Habit 7 is sharpen the saw. This ideal that self-renewal and continuous improvement is as critical as the work we do. And the metaphor he uses is our lumberjack who periodically sharpens his or her saw. And the reality is that, you know, a saw to be effective needs to be sharp on both sides. And so he talks about 4 dimensions of renewal, be it physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. You know, this book was first launched in 1989, and I think its principles are as valid today as it was back then, and the simple phrases are really easy to remember. And I think the reality is that I think I've remembered more of the core concepts better from this book than any other business book. So, you know, for me, this is a must-read book. Anyway, I hope that helps.